It's time for Virginia Tech Spring Football Update. I'm Jeff Fischel on the ACC Digital Network. And to talk Hokies, let's bring in Wes McElroy from Sports Radio 910 in Richmond. Now, Wes, first I have to ask, you've got the collared shirt and the coat. Is that what you wear when you're on the radio, or is that special for us?
I only dress up for you, Jeffrey.
All right, good. That's good to hear. At least we got you ready that way. Virginia Tech coming off the 8-5 season, but Logan Thomas is gone. Explain it to me. Michael Brewer, Brendan Motley, Mark Leal, Chris Durkin. Who is going to be the quarterback game one?
Let's play the guessing game, my friend. That's what everybody in the Commonwealth of Virginia is trying to do. And, you know, as we get ready to wrap up spring practice in Blacksburg, it's still the million-dollar question. Mark Leal has been banged up and bruised. And you and I both know in any sport, when that's all a guy's getting talked about leading into a job competition, that doesn't bode well for him. Brendan Motley had a good scrimmage. He turned some heads against the first-team defense. The second scrimmage, not so much. That this final week here of practice, there haven't been rave reviews about him and the offense. He's also been dinged up. So Andrew Ford will get most of the snaps in the spring game. The big question as we go into the fall, if we transition the conversation there, is Michael Brewer comes in, the transfer from Texas Tech. Chris Durkin, freshman, comes in. How many snaps do they get? How many snaps did they get compared to the guys who've gotten snaps here in the spring? How long do you keep giving those guys snaps? Because eventually you got to get to the point and get there quick where you're working in Scott Loeffler's offense. And let's say it is a guy like Michael Brewer who comes in, he didn't have spring. You know, how quick are they pulling the trigger? Are they making the move to the quote-unquote guy who's going to lead them into that game against William & Mary?
And I know this points to a bigger issue. I don't even know if I have a question really, but the last 2 years, the offense has really struggled, and that was with an established quarterback. Now, Scott Loeffler's looking for signs of promise, but he doesn't have a quarterback even this time around.
Quarterback's a big question mark, but so is this running game, and so is the offensive line, because at the beginning of spring, the depth chart had 4 seniors penciled in across the front. Now, they brought in, Jeff Grimes is gone. There's a new line coach. He's done what Jeff Grimes did and shuffled things around. So you've got questions about the line up front, some injuries and nicks for those guys here in the spring, and they're still trying to figure out who's going where. And then the ground game, because while you've had a veteran O-line, you had a veteran quarterback, you've also had a lot of questions about running back. And Trey Edmonds, just when he got things going last year, he gets injured at Virginia. He's coming off an injury, so they've got to find a way to get this ground game established to help their quarterback, whoever it may be.
Yeah, you're right. They were 13th out of 14 in the ACC in total offense. Everything's got to get going for that offense. All right, let's flip the defense. And Bud Foster actually loses a fair amount on the front seven, including leading tackler Jack Tyler. Does he have the bodies to replace the guys he lost?
It sure looks like it. I mean, and you bring up a great point. You're talking basically 5 of the front 6 guys have got to be replaced. Chase Williams is going to get that crack, and he's going to come in and replace Jack Tyler. You've got guys along the front. Luther Matty has been getting rave reviews. He's a guy who's gotten obviously got some ample time there last year, all ACC honors. Corey Marshall seems to be the big name in the spring. Corey Marshall's a guy who had some issues. We still don't know what they were. Left the team for a little bit last year, came back. They decided to redshirt him, but he's not talked to the media. He's declined all interviews. But he's been getting rave reviews by all the coaches, and he's a guy that they need to step in, who needs to step in and replace Derek Hopkins to keep that pressure up front.
We didn't talk about the secondary because they are loaded back there. That is the one thing for certain on that team. Wes McElroy from Sports Radio 910 in Richmond, thank you.